This will be part two of my departure from social media, or rather, all things meta. It's been quite an adjustment for me. It's different, not bad. I recognize there's a level of isolation with this, and I think I talked about it in one of these videos, and that's okay. Um, it's kind of a wilderness experience, but not a bad one. It's just more of a time to really spend more time with the Lord and in prayer and taking care of that relationship. I think I heard a brother in Christ say the other day that sometimes we get caught up in our own personal ministry, as it were, and that begins to replace time with the Lord. So I feel like that could have possibly been happening with me too. And it's nice just to be spending time with the Lord. I must say that I'm content, but I'm very, very fatigued, and I have peace. But the Lord has been giving me strength. I actually rearranged my trailer to a much satisfactory condition, and it's just God. I prayed before I did it, and God helped me to organize. And I know He's the one that gave me the strength, because I didn't feel the strength within me. So I'm so grateful. I have a living and lively relationship with my Creator. It's a wonderful thing. And so this should be part two. My husband and I it was time to trade in our phones, so we did, and we got new phones, and we had to downgrade. I believe it's a huge downgrade to some Motorola's, but we downgraded to a phone that we didn't have monthly payments for, and so the sound quality on these phones is not satisfactory. I'm thinking I might investigate in a little microphone just to improve upon the sound quality. Anyways, I love you all, and here is part two. Hi, friends. I hope this finds you all well and happy. And departing largely from social media and all things meta, for sure, has felt a bit like a death to me. And I don't say that in a morbid way, but certainly anytime we go through some kind of a change like that, it's like a death, because I enjoy my contact on the outside of my skin. And so I have these few left, and I'm grateful for you all, as I'm grateful for all people and pray for all people. To me, state-governed media, social media, and social interactions is isolating. I feel like I've isolated myself, and I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining, because I see some good in isolation, and taking a step back and regrouping. But state-run media, state-run religion, to me, these things are very isolating, because they do not allow for true freedom of expression. They only allow for a surface interaction. And I'm not all about that. I've never been really into being controlled. Now, in my faith, with living God, so I have a living and a lively interaction with my God. That is not controlled. God does not control me. I choose to obey because I love God, and I know that He has my best interests at heart. It's a loving relationship. It's like a parent to a child. It's loving. It's protective. I feel like that, and I believe that my God protects me. And so there's a difference between choosing obedience in a loving, magnanimous relationship, wholesome relationship, than to being controlled by a state that watches out for its own interests. Now, I do believe that we, and I'm speaking of me, need to guard our hearts from bitterness and anger. The Bible tells us to give thanks and pray for all people. So I am being careful to do that as well. I'm also not a fan of positive thinking, like, oh, things will get better. Maybe they won't. I witnessed people dying of cancer, and there comes a point where you can't say things will get better. You have to deal with death and what that entails, and life following death, which there's enough evidence to support that there is life following death. But I am a fan of thinking on things that are good and true and lovely and of good report, without lying to ourselves. Of course, we need to be truthful. The truth will set us free, right? That's what the scriptures say also. I'm not a fan of tricking myself into feeling better. As far as bringing the gospel of Jesus Christ, I will never tire of talking about Jesus and my experiences and what I'm learning. But as far as proselytizing, I guess that's the word, I will do that as well. But America has been proselytized with so many different Jesuses that it's hard for them to decide what's clear on that. And I would just advise anyone, and I have, and I will again, to go talk to Jesus yourself, read the Bible yourself, and talk to Jesus and reveal himself to you. If you have a doubt about it, to go to ask him. But at the same time, the disciples were told that if they went to a town and they were sharing the gospel and the town rejected them and their message, to go to the edge of the city or the town, shake the dust off their feet, and move on. And so I feel like that's what I'm doing, because any acceptance or rejection of Jesus Christ by now in America is deliberate, and that's, it's not me who saves anybody. It's not me who brings anybody to Jesus. I only do the sharing part. But as far as acceptance or rejection, that's on the individual. That's not something that I can do. And the Bible also tells us that no one comes to God the Father except that he draws them, and that's through Jesus Christ. And so anyway, so that's just the way that goes. And so I'm in a manner, I'm shaking the dust off of my feet, and separating myself also from really what I feel are nefarious energies and forces. I will call them demonic, that are rapidly just usurping everything and taking it over. This has been warned of too in the Bible. It doesn't mean we opt out and we quit and we cower. It's like, no, it's not that. It's that I am not going to join in and participate. I'm not going to have my narrative controlled. I'm not going to have my religion controlled. I'm not going to be controlled in that way by forces that are only serving their own interests and not the interests of the larger population. Do I resent them for this? Not really. Look around the world. Every single government only always has ever watched out after their own interests and enriched their own pockets. And I know that God will judge the nations, so I'm opting out of that. But I do want to keep in touch with people, and because I love you guys. You're my friends. I love you whether you believe in Jesus or don't believe in Jesus. You are important people in my life, and I want to continue sharing with you my life, and I want you to share with me your life as you can. I know that social media can tie that up pretty rapidly, that interaction of sharing your life with someone, so you might not want to do individual texts and things like that. And that I totally understand. So I'm doing this not just for my sake, but for your sake, because as I care for you, I truly believe that you by now care for me. And so we want to keep this interaction going and care for one another and keep each other updated on our lives. That's what it's about. And if I paint a picture or take a picture, I'll share that with you. I'll share any pertinent news with you that is, and I'll probably try to contact you once a week with an update on my life. And you're welcome to contact me anytime to ask me any questions or to update me on your life. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I'll just make these little brief videos. Maybe they're not brief enough, but I guess I can be long-winded. But anyways, I don't have any pictures or paintings to share right now, but Moss Landing did have a lithium fire a few days back. There's a place there that stores lithium batteries, and this isn't the first fire they've had. And I guess it's really created a mess in the area. But we went there to check our mail yesterday, and it looked okay. Of course, we did not go check on the site where the batteries had burned. I guess that's pretty toxic, and the residents were shook up. But they needed to stay in their homes, or maybe even evacuate some of them their homes for a while. And but I think everything's calmed down now. And so that was the excitement for now, and I will certainly be keeping in touch with you all. I'm on Snapchat and Pinterest and YouTube. I have Salty Traveler on YouTube, and if you need the link to that, I can give it to you. And then I'm also on Pinterest. I think it's Lisa Ann. I don't know. I can give you the link to any of these, Snapchat, Pinterest, or YouTube. And those are not nearly as interactive maybe as the other websites, but that's the social media I'm on for now. There's one called Blue Sky, and I would get on there, but I don't know. And I was on there, but I don't know that any of my contacts are on there, and I'm not really into just going on social media to be on social media, So anyways, God bless and keep you all. I love you, and I'll be in touch.